year, we will host club contests of different types. So as Timur mentioned a couple weeks ago, we hosted the evaluation speech contest. And so the contestants all had a speech that they evaluated, and then they were judged on their evaluations. And that determined the winner of the evaluation speech contest. We have had table topic speech contests, humorous speech contest, and the top two who place in the speech contests move on to from our club contest, move on to the area contest. And that will be hybrid with clubs from around Kazakhstan. And then those two winners get to move on. And even potentially get to the world. So we haven't had anyone get there. Maybe tonight will be our night. Making the world go round, Michelle Bartkoske.
Hello, everyone. I would like you to help me finish this phrase. Blank makes the world go round. What do you think?
Link?
Blank makes the world go round. Anybody have an answer? What would you put in that blank? The first word.
Kindness.
Kindness makes the world go round.
Love.
Love makes the world go round.
Curiosity.
Gravity. Thank you. Money. Charity.
Compassion.
Well, compassion. Thank you. Well, Madam Contest Chair, I would like to talk tonight about how love makes the world go round. But love is a very interesting word, isn't it? We can't see it, but we see the effects of it. And we use this word all the time. Oh, I love to ski. I love Bishparma. I love Chimbalak. I love my family. I love my dogs and cats. It's interesting. You may know this, but in the game of tennis, love has the value of 0. So in tennis, love means nothing. But in relationships, love means everything. My husband Tom and I have been married for 27 plus years. And have we loved each other well? Well, we've tried. Have we made mistakes? Yes. But we try to move forward and continue to forgive each other and learn from our mistakes. 3 months into our marriage, it was going to be my birthday. So it's like, woohoo! First birthday after you're married is actually kind of a very special birthday. Doesn't matter if you're the husband or wife. Just kind of like, oh wow, you know. You want to make every holiday special when you first get married. And he'd given me a ring, so I thought, oh, what is Tom going to give me? Maybe like jewelry, flowers, dinner. So I was all excited. And so we came to the evening, or actually the afternoon. Tom put the present in front of me. It's like, oh wow, I can't wait. And I start looking. You know, you're all excited for the present. I looked at the present. I looked at Tom. I looked at the present. I looked at Tom. Tears started filling my eyes. And I thought, don't show my disappointment. Don't show. And I could see Tom is looking, and I go, a staple gun? And he's like, but I was thinking that we would do projects together. And you wanted to do something in the kitchen. And we would do, you know, family projects. I'm like, but a staple gun? And in my mind, I'm like, romantic, flowers, first birthday. And then I felt bad that I did not receive it well. I didn't know what to do, so I ran out the door. The second half of the story is just as bad because we went to be with some friends later that day, and they knew it was my birthday, and they knew that we had just been married, and and they're like, Michelle, what did Tom give you? A necklace? Exactly. I was like, staple gun. No, come on. It's like, no, really, staple gun. There we go, Tom. You know, a few years later, I did the same thing. I gave Tom a present that he couldn't really appreciate because it cost so much. And for me, I knew he had this in his mind. I went out and bought it, and I gave it to him. You know, afterwards, as we both reflected on these stories, we thought, you know, we just loved each other the way that we understood love. Tom is very practical, and we like to talk about love languages. One of his love languages is acts of service. And so this was an act of service, right? We could work projects together and, you know, love each other on the way. And for me, gifts. So I don't care how much it costs, if I know it's going to make him happy. But for him, he's also frugal, and that was hard for him to think, you don't need to spend that much money on it. You know, and so as time went on, you know, we have tried to learn how to love each other well. We're not perfect. We have been able to forgive each other. And actually, this last Christmas, Tom gave me this necklace. It was very sweet. It meant so much to me. And it was a gift, you know, not an act of service, just this gift. And for me, my gift to him was to bring his brother from America to be with us. And so again, an act of service together. And so when I think of love, and I think of going forward and remembering what love is, I think how it is not like tennis. Contrary to love meaning nothing in tennis, I don't see it that way. For me, love is everything, and it makes my world go round. Thank you.
Silence is my friend, Donna Agabekova.
I have a friend, his name is Silence. Silence? What kind of name is that? You might think that he looks like you, maybe you, but in reality, he has no face nor the body. The only way I can feel his presence is when I'm home alone. If I want to start a conversation with him, I don't call or speak to him. What I do is just listen. Listen to silence carefully. Can you hear that? He is here as well. People say that a good friend is the one who helps you out in difficult situations, the one who supports you, who gives you advice. And at that period of my life, advice was something that I needed. I moved out of my parents' flat and finally started a new chapter in my life. The chapter was when I was living all on my own. And silence was the one who was always there. The more time I spent with my friend, the more questions I had about myself, about my life, and about my future. I have worked in educational sphere for quite a long time. And the particular question that I had to my friend was, have I chosen the right path? Is the job that I'm doing right now really something that was meant for me? So, the question that most of the people have at some period of their lives. There are different ways they try to find the answer. And the way I decided to choose is to listen to my friend. Silence. What I did was, I turned off my phone. I completely removed everything that distracted me from that moment in my life. I sat at the table, all alone. I made a deep breath and just listened. Listened to silence. And suddenly, the answer that I got from my friend was a complete shock for me. It was so shocking that it caught me off guard. When I was sitting there, listening to my friend and listening to myself, I suddenly had an urge to draw. Draw? I asked myself. Oh yes, I always liked drawing. It was something that I enjoyed from my childhood, but I've never actually been trained professionally. These were the thoughts I had in my head. Okay. The urge was so strong. I grabbed the first thing that was next to me, and that was a tissue. I grabbed a pencil. I found a random photo online, and I started drawing. And in a matter of 15 minutes, the image was ready. Here I was, all alone, with my friend's silence, with a tissue in my hand, and Rihanna's face smiling at me. Okay. It made me think for such a long time, but also I got so inspired by the fact that in a matter of 15 minutes, I can easily draw a face of a person from the photo. Well, the image wasn't that good. Yes, but it inspired me so much that I decided to give it another try. And another try. And another one. And in a matter of a week, my images got so much better that I was just standing there looking at the photo of Will Smith, which was drawn by me with pencil, and I asked myself, wow, was I supposed to be the next Picasso? What happened right there? The questions that I asked were different. And the questions that you may ask yourself will be also different. But at that moment, I decided to spend more time with my friend's silence. I asked myself, will there be any other sides of me that I can discover? But to be honest, I got scared. I got scared of things that I might discover. What if a life that I was living was a lie? But my fear turned into curiosity. And the more time I spent predictable answers I got. You might have your own answers in your head. Maybe some of you are not sure if they have chosen the right path, and some may have questions to your friend, silence. So if you have questions, if you have fear in you, if you're scared of silence, don't. Because silence is your friend. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. Hello everyone. We all people, majority of us strive to order. We like when all put in order. We don't like this. Yes? We more like this picture than this. But order, it is a unique thing. When I was a child, my mother tell me, when in my room was mess, she tell me, get rid of this mess. And I don't get rid, I just put my toys in order. On the same places, but in order. And mother come into a room and say, oh, it's good. My toys were on the same places. They just in order. And it is good. It is good for mother and good for all people. So, in childhood, I observed bees. My grandfather have a beehive. He was beekeeper. And I saw they not in order when you see 1 bee, 5 bee, 6 bee. They falling from the beehives, they push each other like fat guys. They're not in order. And these ants, when you observe them, 1 ants, 5 ants, they're not in order. They mess. They can running without purpose. And one day I came out from the house and turned the corner, and 1 ant just stand there, just standing without purpose. It is not order for ants. It's just standing. Maybe he's smoking, and maybe he throws his cigarette when he saw me. It is not order for ants. But when you see them from above, these bees and ants, and if you move time more quickly, they will be in perfect order. They have purpose. Yes, when you see them from above and in fast time. So go deep in the nano world. These atoms and molecules in perfect order, yes, we think, because we even look on our time by atomic watch. Yes, you know about this. Atomic watch, it's this ideal watch. So we think they're in order, but somewhere here on this atom, if we go deeper in this world, somewhere here, somebody can be drunk. Or somebody can argue with his wife, yes? Somebody can be in mess, even here. So go above. It is our universe. It is all in order, you see? Planets go around sun, sun goes around center of galaxies, and galaxies go around, I don't know, a black hole, yes? All in order. But we know that somebody here, somebody argue with his mother-in-law, yes? Somebody here forget his speech. Mess. We see mess if we go deeper. But from above, it's all in order. And we people can be in order when you look at us from above and when you fast the time. But when we 1 or 3 or 5 people, we almost always mess. Yes? Life, I think our life and life itself, it is one of expressions of order. Because our organism, it is a pure order, you know this, yes? Our organism is working in order. Without order, no life. And when we die, we became closer to chaos. Not so close, because we still have molecules and atoms in us, but much further than when we were alive. Yes, we closer to chaos when we died. Order help us to do things faster and with more quality. If you sell rope, you faster sell this rope than this, yes? And if you put this rope in more chaos, you can, it will be impossible to sell this rope even tomorrow. So, order help those people to work faster and work with quality. Without order, they will fight for working place. It will be mess, and they give no products. They give bad products if it will be no order. Order help us to do things better and faster. So all people strive to more order. I observed that in the 90s, people were less in order than now. Now all youth, all people, young people, they all in order. They all strive for order. We even have perfectionism. We have perfectionist, Aitwar, yes? Aitwar, perfectionist. He strives for order. He loves order in every detail. So, but chaos it's useful too. Chaos and order must be in balance. Not in this balance. I think 80% and 20%. Because we need to allow chaos in our life and then turn it into our order. And thus we can expand our order. Chaos can be useful because chaos it is like something unusual for us, something new for us. And when we acquire this, it can be very useful. Our suns and our lives, our planets, life and all the stars, I think it is just flashback on the body of chaos. And this flashback strive to get more matter from the chaos and turn it into order. So we must do the same. We must acquire chaos. We must came out from our usual borders, allow chaos in our life, and then turn it into our order. So in this way, we became bigger and stronger. So thank you.
Keeping with our theme of international speech contest, my question for each of you is, and I would love for each of you to answer, Michelle, what is the most, well, here's the question for everybody. So you can raise your hand if you would rather go, or if you can come up with the answer. What is the most meaningful international experience you have ever had? It can be anywhere in the world, or it can be any idea that has been meaningful to you or someone you met. So take it like a table topic, however you want to answer, and whoever would like to go first. Most meaningful international experience. It could be another country, it could be another person, it could be another idea. Yes, but yeah, something that you're very exposed to. Okay, would you like to go first? Sure. All right, I'm gonna. Oh, I even hold the mic. All right.
So this was when Tom and I were engaged. We met in Crans de Montagne in Switzerland. Yeah, it was, again, very romantic. We had a wonderful time. And we rented a car one day, and we drove to France, Chamonix. It's a place I've always wanted to go because I love to ski. But we were just silly fools, and we didn't bring our passports. So there was nobody at the border crossing when we went from Switzerland to France. But when we came back, there was. And so the international experience is, I mean, it was just beautiful to be in both these countries. Chamonix is just this amazing place. But when we came back, the border guards were just, they wouldn't let us come back. And we're like, no, our passports are in Switzerland. And they thought we were the dumbest people on earth. And we were. But then Tom and I were engaged, and it was a very fun, something, you know, you get away with when you're engaged and had fun. Oh, look what we did. So 2 countries and interesting experience with the border guards.
Thank you. Done, Timur? All right, go ahead.
So I not travel much, but it's okay because I have international influence on me, experience in my house. Firstly, in my childhood, I have experienced international influence from Sweden, from Carlson. Yes, I read Carlson. Then Winnie because I believe England. Yes, then I read Russian authors, so I have some influence from Russia. Then father took home book of Nietzsche. It is German. Yes. It made big influence on me. This German philosopher. And then music. I have big influence from American music, especially West Coast. You know West Coast, Los Angeles, Compton, Ice Cube. They have big influence on me too. They enlightened my life. And then movies. Quentin Tarantino, he's Italian, and USA, so I have Italian USA influence, and then very, Gaidai genius, Gaidai is from Russia, so yes, and not only these 2 producers, movie makers, I have many influencers on my life, so this is one of my international experiences.
So the question was?
What has been your most meaningful?
The most meaningful, yes. The most meaningful international experience was the first time when I traveled. The first city that I've ever traveled to was Dubai. And my brother lived in Dubai for quite a long time, and he always came back home once a year. He described it, oh my God, Dubai is so beautiful. It has high buildings. It has this high building in the shape of a perfume. It has the Burj Khalifa tower. It's so beautiful, and I was so amazed by the stories. And the first time when I traveled, I expected high buildings, beautiful places. And yes, I got high buildings, I got beautiful places, but the thing that he forgot to mention, that it was a hot hell. You say that you were, what did you say, silly? Yes, you forgot your 2 passports, and I went to Dubai in a coat. It was November, and I was wearing a coat. It was like a proper coat. I was like, I am Mirzlechka, so. And the moment I stepped out of the plane, I felt like I was in Banya. So I spent there a month. It was very hard. It was so hot. I didn't have any summer clothes. And it was a very meaningful international experience because the conclusion that I made was never listen to someone's reviews, recommendations, or anything, even if you want to go to the restaurant. Never trust someone's opinion because this is another person, he has another experience, and always make your own conclusions. Thank you.
I'm not sure what to do about that advice about not trusting other people's opinions, because I'm going to ask my 7th graders next week to create a travel guide website for India, so we'll have to see how they do.
Yeah.
I was thinking about international influence. So in America we have exchange students come even as high school students. And I remember 2 girls came when I was in high school, and they came from Guatemala. And I was taking Spanish in high school. That was my foreign language. And my best friend and I became very good friends with them. And so we wanted to go visit them someday. And we started to save up. So we have we call 50-cent pieces in America. So it was $50. And Andrea and I were 15. And we started saving our 50-cent pieces so that someday we would be able to go visit these friends in Guatemala. We've never done that. But over Christmas break, my daughter was looking through my things in my house, in my mom's house in America. And she found this bank that has all the 50-cent pieces, which I don't think she's actually ever seen before because we don't use them really in America anymore. And so it's like for those of you who have Akerke at home and rubles and you show your, you show kids and they're, what is this? My daughter, what is this? But it reminded me of probably my first. First of all, it is my privilege to announce our Audience Choice, People Choice Award to Timur Kassymov. Congratulations, Timur. Yay. All right. Our third place speaker is Timur Kassymov. Third place, I wanted you to get extra steps in. I know you are a sportsman,
That's right.
and so you needed to get your extra steps.
Again?
Yes. Oh, because
And, oh my goodness.
you're getting loaded.
You're like Beyonce was
Thank you. All right. Our second place speaker for this evening is Donna Agabekova. Thank you. Congratulations. Here you go. Thank you. And our first place speaker then for the evening, Michelle Bartkoske. Congratulations. Here you go. And now let's have all of our speakers come back up and we'll do one big group photo, please. And I'm also going to invite Akerke, our chief judge, to come up as well. You have
be
more.
honored to stand.
Yeah,
to
just
stand. Maybe we'll stand in the middle. Because you're a winner.
We need steps.
Yes.
This looks like I am the winner.
You're a winner.
1, 2, 3. That's it.
Thank you very much. This night could not have gone without all of our helpers. And so I want to thank our timers, Nazim and Azamat. I want to thank our ballot counters, Agul and Bota. And I want to thank Bota's baby for not coming yet, so that she can participate.
Yay, Bota's baby, thank you. We are really grateful.
We are really grateful. And then I want to also thank our judges, Yerlan, Takjan, Rahia, Asanali, Alisher, and Magjan. Your cut, we could not have done tonight without you, so thank you. And Akerke, I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you. We will have social out tonight. Vista, 208 Gagarin Street, and we would invite you all to join us. Our area competition will be April 1st. It will be a hybrid meeting, so whether you can join us in person or online, you can still see our competitors in the international area contest. This time, I'd like to turn the night back over to Agabekova.
This was a wonderful contest. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all winners and participations. Thank you so much for joining. And let's give a round of applause to Liza for being here. I would like to also give thanks to Nuraim for taking Nuraim. It's actually today we'll end a bit shorter. So we're all invited for social out. Please come to your one. It's VP of social events if you need some directions. If you're interested in becoming a member, you can contact Michelle. She's VP of membership.
Or Marjan.
Or Marjan is also.
Megjan.
Yeah, she's also in membership committee. So yeah, happy to see you all. And next week we won't have a meeting because it's Women's Day. Then we'll return on March 15th. So thank you so much and see you.